Brittney Griner is sentenced to 9 years in prison for smuggling cannabis into the country. She pleaded guilty to drug offenses in July and is awaiting sentencing in jail. She pleaded for mercy, asking the judge, "It was an honest mistake. I hope your ruling doesn't end my life." Griner, 31, added that she did not want to be used as a political pawn. Griner was arrested at Moscow airport in February for bringing a cannabis vape pen into the country. She had been facing a maximum of 10 years behind bars. Prosecutors requested 6 months under the max. The White House has been unable to negotiate a prisoner swap to bring Griner, a WNBA star, home. There is ongoing speculation she will be swapped with arms dealer Victor Bout, the merchant of death. Brittney Griner has been sentenced to 9 years in prison for bringing a marijuana pen into Russia. The WNBA star was found guilty of drug smuggling on Thursday, this morning, by a Russian judge who rejected her claim she accidentally brought a weed pen into the country. Russian prosecutors had asked that she be jailed for 9.5 years, 6 months less than the maximum of 10 years in prison. So Griner, she was arrested at the airport in Moscow. On Thursday, Griner sat in the defendant's cage inside the courtroom throughout the proceedings, relying on an interpreter to whisper to her everything the judge said. Before the sentence was handed down, she begged for leniency and asked the court to take into consideration her good character. The judge, however, ruled that she deliberately brought the drug into Russia, rejecting her insistence that it was an accident. She really stuck her foot in her butt in Russia. A judge accepted her plea, finding her guilty on drug possession and smuggling. They ruled that she committed the crimes purposefully, which she has denied. She said she did not want to be considered a political pawn and that bringing the cannabis pen into the country was a simple, honest mistake. Russia became my second home. I remember vividly coming out of the gym and all the little girls coming out waiting on me. That's what kept making me come back here. I want to apologize to my teammates, my club, and the city for my mistake that I made and the embarrassment that I brought. I want to also apologize to my parents, my siblings, Phoenix Mercury, the amazing women of the WNBA, and my amazing spouse back at home. I never meant to hurt anybody. I never meant to put in jeopardy the Russian population. I never meant to break any laws. I made an honest mistake, and I hope that your ruling doesn't end my life. I know everybody keeps talking about political pawn and politics, but I hope that it's far from this courtroom. I had no intent on breaking Russian law. I did not conspire or plan to commit this crime. I hope you can take into account all the documents, the character lists that have been sent in on my behalf. This is my second home. All I wanted to do was win championships and make them proud, she said. The State Department had been in talks to secure Griner's release as part of a deal that would also bring imprisoned American Paul Whelan home. The deal has been on the table for weeks by Russia, but Russia is yet to agree. U.S. officials will not confirm reports that it includes freeing Victor Bout, a Russian criminal known as the Merchant of Death. So you guys, I'm going to finish reading this, but I just remembered something. Maybe a month ago, a Russian spokesperson came out and said that they wouldn't consider anything because the U.S. media keeps talking about it, about, the potential deals, that these deals should not be spoken about in public. Yet, how is the news getting, the deals? How are they learning about them? So if they really want to bring these two people back to the U.S., they need to keep everything that is going on behind closed doors. My opinion, just from what I read earlier about them not wanting this being talked about. Back to the article. During closing arguments on Thursday, her attorneys pleaded for leniency. In sprinting, there is Usain Bolt. In Formula One, Michael Schumacher. And in women's basketball, there's Brittney Griner. Her lawyer, Blagovalina, a partner at a law firm, I don't know the name of the law firm, said that the court deems it necessary to punish her. Griner should be treated leniently. Griner's family say they have been frustrated with the White House response to the situation. White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre told reporters Monday that Russia has made a bad faith response to the U.S. government's offer and a counteroffer that American officials don't regard as serious. She declined to elaborate. Griner has acknowledged there were vape canisters containing cannabis oil in her luggage when she was arrested at a Moscow airport, but she insisted that she had no criminal intent and that the canisters ended up in her luggage because she was packing hastily. I still don't understand how they ended up in my bag, she said. Griner had been prescribed medical marijuana in the United States to relieve pain from chronic injuries, a treatment method that is common among elite athletes because it has fewer side effects than some painkillers. She played for a Russian women's basketball team in the WNBA offseason. As part of the deal, the White House proposed swapping Wheeler and Griner, but not Mark Fogel, a teacher who was incarcerated in Russia in 2021 on suspicion of drug smuggling. His family have begged the Biden administration for help. Many have called for Griner's release on the basis that marijuana is legal in the U.S. So yeah, I did read about the teacher who they charged with drug smuggling in Russia. And it's sad. Who knows if he really did it or they just wanted an American in their prisons. This is just a crazy situation all the way around. And, you know, we just need to stay the hell, as Americans, stay the hell out of Russia and any other country that has bad blood with the U.S. I would never step foot in that country. And yes, she had been playing there before. She was making, I think, $1 million or maybe $2 million per season in Russia, because the WNBA players, women, they maybe make a few $100,000 per season. And compare that to the millions that the NBA guys make. It is so super unfair. And I'm not saying that the women should make, 43 or 100 million like these guys, but they shouldn't have to leave the United States and go play in other countries to supplement their income and, put away money for retirement. And that is what some of them are having to do. Shame on you, WNBA. You should be paying these women more. It is not right. And Brittney, you should have checked your bag 1,000,000 times before you left your home. I tend to believe that it was not placed in there by mistake because it was prescribed. She may have not even known the rules about drugs in Russia. Or if she did, maybe she thought because it was prescription that she could have it. That's just my opinion. Either way, stay the hell out of Russia. Don't ever put your foot back in that country. I just say every American, do not go there. Do not. Anyway, you guys, let me know what you think about this. And we'll talk about it in the comments. See you there.